Oh, hello everyone. This is me, Dusty Circuit here, and welcome to another Kerbal Space Program video, or at least of my Let's Play. And in between videos, I actually did with that science that I got from that very last launch. I got this, which if any of you've seen me actually struggling to control my rocket, it's because I didn't really have a thing called reaction wheels, and well, I've unlocked those here. But that's really the only thing I was able to afford with the science that I got. So we're actually kind of getting to a point where we're kind of running out of science to get, so we're gonna need to get in orbit this time. Then hopefully maybe we could also get high over Kerbin science, and hopefully with that we can maybe land on either the moon or Minmus or something. And we also got a new pod. And then this one can have two Kerbals. I'm just kind of looking at the stats of the different engines that I have available to me right now. So I think like I had some difficulty getting into orbit with in the last episode. Okay, so this engine actually is a mod from a mod called Cryo Engines that I have, which actually adds engines that run on liquid hydrogen and like liquid methane and that sort of thing. I don't know if we have that actually as an option for this, but it looks like we don't. Well, I guess we can't use that because it doesn't seem like we have the stuff available to us because I can't select. Seems like on any fuel tank we have, I can't choose like a liquid hydrogen, so well, I guess that looks a little bit better, so I guess we'll try that. Guess I'll go with this. Okay, I'm just going for an orbit, and like maybe if we could raise it up to get high over Kerbin, that would be nice. But I guess we'll just see if we can do orbit first. This part's always very fun because it's like you have to fight against the atmosphere. The atmosphere's tendency to tip you over. And at least it looks like we made it into orbit with a bit of this stage to spare. Well, we're not in orbit yet, but we're outgoing and we have our apoapsis in space. But now we have to go sideways in order to actually get into orbit. And I'm doing this just to actually, once you get to the point where you start falling down, how you actually fight that is by pointing downwards or pointing upwards. Oh, so I'm gonna redo that. Yeah, this is a rather wimpy engine. Just want to keep going straight for the horizon. Make sure all our thrust is going into actually getting into orbit as opposed to getting up higher. Just kind of waiting until we get to apoapsis so our burn is the most efficient. Yeah, and Wolf, and if those of you are not really that space savvy, well, if we ever use the word burn, we're referring to like engine burning, like using engines to like change our trajectory, basically. And with that, we're now in orbit. And I guess we'll do a quick save here. So the atmosphere in Kerbal is up to 70 kilometers. So of course, according to this, and then this, which is of course this is another mod I have that actually puts the apoapsis and periapsis in the nav ball. But of course now we have now we're in a stable orbit. But we can, well, basically, if I could leave them up here and they're not gonna fall back to Kerbin. But we don't want to leave them in orbit. We want to do science and then return to the surface. And with this, I'm just planning a maneuver to, in order to get us higher up. In order to get science from high above Kerbin. I don't know how much height you need, but feel like that might be safe. Because I'm looking at this is basically how much delta V the maneuver actually will cost, and that's basically, it takes into account the efficiency of your engine and how much fuel you have and the weight of your spacecraft. And that's basically a measure of how many meters per second I can add to my I can actually add. I guess it's kind of a way to explain it. I don't know if that's the best way to explain it, but it says I have 400 and 35 meters per second left. And what I'm planning to do is raise my orbit and then leave enough to spare so that we can actually deorbit or lower our periapsis into the atmosphere so we can actually slow down to land. Oh, and what this and this is about, this is Kerbal Engineer, and it's kind of handy is it actually tells you over here what biome and where it says situation, it says I'm currently in space low, and I guess that'll tell us if we're going to be in space high or not. And when we are. No kidding, we're in a vacuum. Just I need the science. And the reason I brought Bob with me is so I can do this. Not that we really need to at this stage of the game, but it's gonna be really handy as when we go on longer missions. And I guess I could show you a bit of the free IVA, though not that there's really much to see in this pod, but you can freely move around and press Y to enter a seat. And you can even leave you can even leave the capsule from here. Oh, and this is basically right now we're in first person view. And of course this is through the eyes of a Kerbal. And you can switch between first person and third person by pressing C. Not sure if there's really a point to do more science, but so let's get everything that we can. That apparently gives us nothing. I guess every little bit that we can squeeze out is going to be worth it. Well, that's an interesting view. Look at all the planets. Heh. And that's Civita out there. Okay, I think from here we go up to apoapsis and deorbit. I think we have just enough to be able to do fuel to be able to do that. Actually, more than we need. Just decouple that, and now we re-enter the atmosphere. Oh, and this is just to show our heat, how hot this is gonna get. So if those break off, I did move the science into the capsule. And I guess this is going to be our first time returning from higher up in space. Or actually had significant re-entry heating. Oh, I also forgot to mention I have better time warp installed, which is giving me which actually gives you more faster physics and faster regular time warp. Though the physics time warp you use at your own risk, because it can cause your ship to explode if you're not careful. And we're gonna land on, looks like the edge of a mountain. Which is fun. Well, not that that's gonna be bad for us. We have parachutes slowing us down. Just getting a little bit more science. This is a thing we haven't been in this biome yet on Kerbin. No crap. I actually really like that texture for the Science Junior there. I think it's for a part of the restock mod. And I don't think we can get back in. Oh, if we just recover there, we might have to recover, I guess that's gonna recover Bob, and I think we're just gonna have to recover the rest of the ship separately. And then we just go to tracking station and, And just recover this. That's a lot of science. Okay, now we have some decisions to make as to how to spend this. Uh, oh, this is going to be important. It's for the fuel lines alone. But we have to unlock. It's both of these. I think it might be worth it. And we can't afford that, darn. So, I did hear that you actually don't you can do you can cross feed through these decouplers. But I don't know if I know some of them can, but I don't know if do we have ones unlocked that can do cross feed. Oh, those do. Not sure that would be considered cheating, but well, it's Okay, we actually have auto strut now, which we can make use of. Well, I just had a bit of an idea. So even though I don't really have good parts for making a lander, I mean, I do have these landing struts. But, like, our engine is still going to be sticking down there. I mean, I guess I could do that. I think this is still our best option. So what I was doing here is you can actually choose which body. So it'll actually show you how much delta V you'd have, say, on the moon instead of on Kerbal. So, like, if, say, we went to... So, it looks like with that engine, we can still land on the moon. Even though I said it was rather weak, but... It does have high, specific impulse. So... Well, landing with this would be rather difficult because this would be rather top heavy. Which mean it would be fairly easy to tip over with this thing. But I guess all I can do is try it. I'm not sure what I want to do next. So from here, as soon as I get to the launch pad, so we have the option of either the moon or Minmus. Kind of, so the moon is closer. So the moon is closer to Kerbal, but has a higher gravity than Minmus, and even though 0.1 g doesn't seem that bad, well, Minmus has 0.05 g, or half the gravity of the moon, even though it is significantly farther away, and it's kind of out of plane with the moon. I reckon maybe we do Minmus because though it's farther away, it has less gravity, and Maybe we might even be able to do a little bit of science hopping and get a lot more science. It's just kind of an idea. So yes, let's lift off here. Dagnammit. Okay, we're in orbit now. Though Minmus might be a little bit of a stretch for the fuel that we have now. Yeah. Like this is gonna cost like 900 meters per second just to reach the orbit of Minmus, but then uh yeah, and then we're not gonna have enough to probably get in orbit around Minmus, or maybe we might, but then we'd have to do a rescue mission. I'll change the plans. Figured instead, maybe we'll do a moon flyby. How about we try that? First, we're not going to land on the moon. We're just going to do a flyby and get some science. Okay, so this should get us a flyby of the moon, or the mun, and then send us on this purple orbit, which should give us actually a nice and close periapsis to Kerbin, so we can do, conveniently for us, we can do a deorbit burn. And when we get to periapsis up there, oh, always smart to turn off your SAS during these, well, unless you have a source of power, it's always smart to turn off SAS, or else if you time warp, you could run out of electric charge, which I believe means you kind of, well, we believe you lose use of SAS. I don't know if you lose control, but with a ship with Kerbals on it, at least you still have manual control. Anyway. And there's the moon. And ooh, that's a cool shot right there. Yeah, that's a cool shot. Oh, that's one of those, that's the vulture system you can see from all the way here. And there's all the planets. So maybe get some science while we're here. And I believe that is Minmus out there, or is going to be our intended destination until I realized we didn't have enough fuel to actually go out to Minmus land and return. And fairly soon we should be getting in space low over the moon. There we go. And we're actually going to be getting very close. Well, I can't store that science because I think I already have it in the capsule here, but I guess I'll just keep it with like that, or keep it in the modules so we can still return with it if those survive re-entry. Oh, that's a shot and a half. So we're gonna leave the moon. Now I'm gonna do another only because I'm gonna be doing this one and a quick save only because this is gonna be a pretty high speed re-entry. And well, it says I could go to periapsis and then lower apoapsis. I think I might do a little bit of that. Oh, wow. Yes, we do have enough fuel to do that. I was thinking we're gonna have to do one of those maneuvers where we just barely hit the atmosphere and then just slow down multiple times until we finally get captured. Oh, might have to do that after all because we're out of fuel and we're only gonna go 4 kilometers into the atmosphere, but we're still eventually gonna return, but it may take a few passes. So what I could do, it's a little trick you can do when you're in a bind. You can EVA and use the jetpack to push your ship. Oh wait, we're actually raising it. We want to lower it. Whoa, whoa. Okay, we just want to lower. I'm just going to keep doing that until our periapsis gets lower. Well, I gotta get in now because I'm about to run out of EVA propellant. Guess we'll go for 40 kilometers. Or for our periapsis. I mean, I could just keep doing multiple passes, but A, I don't have many hours to do this video, and B, I believe the more you actually have finite ablator, which if you're doing this, you might actually burn up all your ablator before you actually do your final re-entry. Okay, we'll go and we're done now. Okay, I guess we'll go with this. We might actually fully deorbit on this pass. Let's see. Just thinking this was we're gonna have to dip into the atmosphere and then go for another pass, but we might be captured on this one. It looks like we are. And according to this, we've been in space for 2 days. Our longest mission so far. I was expecting part of our Science Junior and our Mystery Goose to break off, but they looks like they survived. Now let's see what that got us. Yippee! Okay, what do we want to go with? What do we want to get now? Think this is important. Oh, this will be nice for actually building landers. The definitely get the fuel systems. And I think from here, we'll go lifters and advanced construction. And I don't have enough science crap. So okay, I've been recording for an hour and 30 minutes, so yes, this is this will be at the end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and as always, if you've enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to see more of my videos, be sure to hit the bell for notifications. And peace out. Bye.